So I've told the story about my cat has kidney disease. She probably doesn't have much time left. Could be months. She might even last a couple years. I mean, you don't know, but if I get her on the right food, and I'm so broke, I'm waiting until when I get paid this weekend to cash that check so I can get her some food. Yeah, it's specific for cats with kidney disease. It has a moderate amount of protein and low phosphorus to avoid stress on the kidneys. And I'm going to have to put her on timed feedings, and it's going to suck. But if I love her, then I'll do it, right? She has a habit of stepping under my feet when I'm not looking. Now, I'll be at the kitchen, I'll be doing something, and like wherever I have a blind spot, she seems to want to go on her underfoot. End up stepping on her foot. Now, I never seriously injured her, but it's very unpleasant because, one, I don't want her to get hurt, and second, it's inconvenient and frustrating to deal with. And I said, man, she has an uncanny ability. She's almost drawn to a blind spot. Like just today, I had a pack of hot dogs in my hand, and got it from the fridge, stepped out, and she went right underneath where I might see where the hot dogs are, and I stepped on her. And she screamed, and she was okay, right? She was all right. Like, man, why does she keep going to my blind spot? And so, being someone who's capable of metacognition, I asked myself, well, look at it this way. You're remembering all the time she got into your blind spot and you stepped on her because it's an emotionally traumatic moment because you don't want her to get hurt, and it's both frustrating, and so it's going to stick in your memory. It's going to seem like it happens more often, right? I'm willing to consider that. So there's a confirmation bias going on there. However, what is it about my foot being off the ground slightly or something that wants her to go underneath it? And only really when I'm not seeing it. Because I could just be walking along, and if I can see, it's not that I'm avoiding stepping on her. She's avoiding going underneath my foot. So I think there's something going on there that I cannot quantify. And it reminds me, I don't know if I talked about this in an earlier video, where sometimes I have these days where everyone seems to be drawn to get in my way. Now, it could be I have a sense of urgency, I want to get things done, and then normal interactions, normal interruptions feel worse than they really are. Let me go to the grocery store, and just suddenly, like, everyone's walking in front of me. It's really weird. And I used to get really frustrated with it. And I try to go around them, and then they end up walking in my way when I try to go around them. And I said, you know what? Let's just take a step back here and think about this. Like, what if there is a phenomenon going on? Can this phenomenon continue even if I'm not upset about it? And if so, then it's not about my emotional state. It's about something else, right? So I began to just pay attention to how I'm feeling. And sometimes I feel it coming on when, like, I'm just starting to walk into the grocery store and I see other people, getting out of their vehicles and going in the grocery store. I'm like, this person and that person are going to get in my way. And not just because we're going in through the same door. There's two entrances, right? Two main entrances. And I have a feeling. And it turns out they end up getting in my way. And so I stop myself to go, okay, don't get upset. Don't get upset. Don't feel frustration. There's something going on here. So, is there anything you can do to get them to not be in your way? And so, like, radically change the path I want to take to get through the store. And, like, just change my behavior from just going in to buy something to doing something else, anything else. So, like, I'll go into an aisle I don't even need because people keep getting in my way. I'll go in an aisle for something I don't need, and then go take a can off, look at it, sing, say something silly, do a twirl, and then put it back where it belongs. And that seems to break the pattern. Whatever's going on, it seems to break this thing going on where people keep walking in front of me. Now, I'm at a point now where I can just watch and observe this going on. And I remember be in the grocery store, and there's a pharmacy in the grocery store, and there's like a display case in the middle of a really big aisle, like the main aisle in front of the pharmacy, and that divides the pharmacy area from the other part of the store. And I'm trying to walk just through the grocery store side of it, and I saw a woman pushing her carriage. I'm like, this woman is going to swerve her carriage to get in my way no matter which way I go. So I try to walk around her, and she's like turns the whole thing and like, oh, I gotta look at this thing on the divider wall. Like, I knew that was going to happen, so I didn't get angry or frustrated. There was no negative emotional response. I had that regulated. Like, this is really interesting. Now let's try going around the other way, and then she swings the carriage back. She's not trying to stop me. And as best as I can figure, and this is hypothesis, I don't know how to prove it, so I'm just going to go with it. I think there are people with whom I become, for lack of a better term, quantum entangled, and they have to get in the way. And I don't know why they're supposed to get in the way. There may not even be a why. It could be just some paraphenomenon, for lack of a better term. I don't know what to call it. But when I, again, appreciate that once I can just get a grip on the fact that I get frustrated when people get in my way, and I set it aside, it continues to happen. But it seems that if I break a pattern, if I just go off on a plan I did not mean to have, I change it up, it seems to break up the interruption cycle. Like, people stop getting in the way once I start doing shit that's random, that's outside my normal pattern. Now, you might argue, look, you go to the store usually at particular times of day, and there's other people have their habits, and they go to their store at a particular time of day, and it could be you just encounter your pattern is grinding against other people's pattern. That's why you're experiencing this. There's really nothing unusual going on here. Like, it could be that there's that many variables at play that are just synced up. I don't think so. I would need to probably track what times I go to the store and see if it happens more at one particular time. And maybe, I don't know if it has to be exact, but just write it down in a journal and then see, okay, do people get in my way or not? That's one way to at least investigate that possible explanation. And it really could be that, it's that simple, even though it's not, right? Imagine, several dozen people going to shop, plus the employees, plus whatever physical circumstances are different as they set up and take down displays, and that changes the layout of the store a little bit. But with all that together, we still ended up banging into each other, right? I'm trying everything I can do to try to just steel man any objection to my saying that this is an unusual phenomenon. But I think it is. And I think that maybe well, I'm not sure what to say about that. I'm gonna leave part of the theory unspoken right now, because it may come across the wrong way. So that's all I got to say. Now I'm gonna go into the Dollar General and get some razor blades. Thanks for watching.